Don and Scott, the meeting wrapped up early because two trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up. Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official decisions.
You must show up to your scheduled board meetings. I don't care if you agree or disagree, but you must show up to say yes or no, or vote present.
It's chaos in Thornton Township, and at the center of it all is the controversial and self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard. From boycotted meetings to allegations of financial mismanagement, threats of lawsuits, and even an eviction scandal, Henyard has managed to turn local politics into what feels like a real-life soap opera. But is she a misunderstood leader trying to serve her constituents? Or is this all part of a power grab that's left the community in turmoil? Let's dive into the jaw-dropping drama surrounding Henyard and the fallout that has everyone talking.
I don't even like to use the term stopping the meeting. We just want to get some responsible adult, communication and try to do the right thing by the citizens.
The latest episode in this saga unfolded when two of Thornton Township's trustees, Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle, refused to attend a scheduled meeting, leaving the board without a quorum. Their absence wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision. It was a deliberate protest against what they called an unvetted agenda and a lack of transparency from Henyard. Gonzalez didn't hold back, describing the situation as a circus and saying, "We're not going to be part of the circus." For Gonzalez and Carlisle, this was about more than just one meeting. They argued that Henyard's leadership style has created dysfunction, claiming she prioritizes her own agenda over the needs of the community.
We weren't opposed to her having the security detail. We asked how long.
One of the key issues on the agenda was the appointment of a new trustee to fill a vacancy left by Jerry Jones, who resigned in October. Gonzalez and Carlisle insisted that the decision should involve the community, not just a backroom deal orchestrated by Henyard. They suggested that whoever Henyard wanted to appoint would likely be someone loyal to her, enabling her to push through spending plans that the trustees have criticized as reckless. Gonzalez summed up their stance by saying, "Let's do the business of the people. That's what we want to do. But then we get this agenda with so many different items that aren't what we would say necessary in order to just basically get the business done." But Henyard, never one to shy away from the spotlight, wasn't about to let the boycott go unnoticed. She turned to Facebook Live, where she has become infamous for her lengthy rants. In a nearly hour-long video, she slammed the trustees for what she called a conspiracy to undermine her, referring to them as Judases. She accused them of stalling critical township business, like paying bills and renewing insurance policies, and promised to take legal action against anyone defaming her. "When I sue everybody because I'm coming, know that I'm coming," she declared, adding, "This is facts. This is not fiction." Henyard's critics argue that her focus on theatrics is part of the problem. They point to her frequent social media appearances, where she often casts herself as a victim of political conspiracies, as evidence that she's more interested in self-promotion than governance. Even her supporters have started to question whether her penchant for drama is distracting from the real issues facing Thornton Township. And let's not forget her infamous lawyer cam moments during township meetings, where the camera lingers on a seemingly indifferent lawyer while Henyard delivers one of her impassioned speeches. It's entertaining, sure, but critics say it underscores the dysfunction that has become the norm under her leadership.
Dane Placco. Tiffany Henyard actually has two political jobs on two public payrolls, as mayor of South Suburban Dolton, or as she calls herself.
Henyard's critics argue that her focus on theatrics isn't just a distraction, it's a deliberate tactic to avoid accountability. While she's busy entertaining viewers with over-the-top live streams and public tirades, pressing issues like unpaid township bills and unresolved budget deficits remain unaddressed. Residents have pointed out that the township's financial instability has real consequences, from delayed employee paychecks to stalled public services. She keeps saying there's money, but where is it going? "We need answers, not a show," said one frustrated resident during a recent public comment session. Yet, Henyard's supporters claim her outspoken approach is refreshing, arguing that she's simply standing up against establishment politics.
If the board do not show up, we are not able to pay bills. We are not able to handle the business.
Adding to the tension is Henyard's ongoing feud with trustee Jason House, who has emerged as one of her most vocal challengers ahead of the upcoming election. House, who is running on a platform of restoring order to the township, has accused Henyard of fostering a toxic political environment in which dissent is silenced and transparency is non-existent. In a recent meeting, House challenged Henyard's claims about the township's supposed financial surplus, demanding evidence to back up her bold statements. "We're not asking for miracles, we're asking for facts," House said, adding that Henyard's refusal to collaborate with trustees has brought governance to a standstill. The back and forth between the two has only added fuel to an already volatile political climate. And one of the most contentious issues has been Henyard's claims about the township's finances. She frequently boasts about a budget surplus and a proposed 100% property tax refund for residents. But Gonzalez and others are skeptical, questioning the lack of details and transparency. 100% of what? 100% to who? Gonzalez asked during a recent interview, pointing out that the board hasn't been provided with the necessary data to evaluate the proposal. without clear answers. Many residents are left wondering whether Henyard's financial claims are more about optics than reality. The tension between Henyard and the trustees isn't new, but it has reached a boiling point in recent months. Henyard has accused the trustees of sabotaging her efforts to move the township forward, while the trustees argue that Henyard is the one creating gridlock by refusing to collaborate. Carlisle, who previously worked as Henyard's assistant, has become one of her most vocal critics, describing herself as a whistleblower. She has cited safety concerns as a reason for skipping several meetings, claiming that the atmosphere has become hostile and unprofessional. Meanwhile, Henyard has denied Carlisle's requests to attend meetings by phone, even as she surrounds herself with security guards.
Some South suburban leaders spent the last few days handing out free turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. But in Thornton Township, the trustees say embattled Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
Henyard's critics argue that her leadership style is more about consolidating power than serving the community. They point to her push to appoint a new trustee as an example of this, suggesting that she's more interested in securing a loyal ally than in addressing the township's challenges. Gonzalez and Carlisle, on the other hand, have proposed letting the residents vote on the vacant trustee position, a move they say would bring transparency and accountability to the process. But Henyard has dismissed this idea, accusing the trustees of playing politics at the expense of the township's progress.
So annually, Thornton Township has this turkey giveaway, so it isn't anything new. Yet some trustees say that Supervisor Henyard, she is using this to deter.
It's not just the boardroom drama that has people talking. Henyard's personal life has also come under scrutiny, with reports that she and her boyfriend, Woods, are facing eviction from their rented home. According to their landlord, Janetta Hull, the couple hasn't paid rent since August and owes thousands in back rent and fees. Hull claims that Henyard and Woods changed the locks on the property, preventing her from performing maintenance, and have avoided legal service. At some point, you have to understand that karma's going to catch up to you, Hull said in an interview. Just pay your rent. Henyard's legal troubles don't end there. She is also under federal investigation for alleged misuse of taxpayer funds. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's preliminary report on Dolton's financial situation revealed a deficit of over $3 million, with questions raised about Henyard's use of the Village credit card for personal purchases. From Amazon splurges to lavish parties, critics argue that Henyard's spending habits are out of touch with the financial realities facing the community. Henyard, of course, has denied any wrongdoing and continues to portray herself as a champion for the people.
Where they lead, without bias. At the conclusion of this investigation, I will provide an assessment of the findings and the recommendations.
Despite the mounting controversies, Henyard has announced her bid for re-election. In a recent Facebook post, she declared, "I am running for re-election for mayor of Dolton," promising to continue fighting for her village. But her critics aren't convinced. Trustee Jason House, who is running against Henyard, has described her re-election campaign as ridiculous, accusing her of sowing chaos and neglecting the needs of residents. The community does not want to continue under her leadership, House said, adding that his slate of candidates would bring decency and order back to the village.
Investigations from federal entities. Those entities, as we know, can take anywhere from 2 months to 5 years. We feel this option will give us.
As the drama unfolds, residents are left to wonder what the future holds for Thornton Township. Will Henyard's bold claims and larger-than-life persona win her another term, or will the growing backlash finally catch up to her? The stakes are high, and the outcome will have lasting implications for a community already grappling with financial instability and political infighting. In the court of public opinion, Henyard has her fair share of supporters and detractors. Some residents appreciate her charisma and see her as a fighter standing up against entrenched opposition. Others, however, view her as a divisive figure whose leadership style has brought more harm than good. A recent fan comment summed up the sentiment of many: time to take the trash out. The FBI is in town, and they don't waste their time on a rumor. Go ask Diddy. Another added, she needs more money right now, and she don't show respect. As Thornton Township approaches its next election cycle, one thing is clear: the community is at a crossroads. The ongoing gridlock and lack of transparency have eroded trust in local government, leaving residents frustrated and disillusioned. Whether Henyard can overcome the mounting criticism and regain the confidence of her constituents remains to be seen. But one thing's for sure, the drama isn't over yet.
The election is not until 2025, yet Tiffany Henyard has officially decided she wants to stay as mayor despite the cloud of controversy surrounding her.
So what do you think? Is Tiffany Henyard the bold leader Thornton Township needs? Or is she part of the problem? And how can the community move forward from the current stalemate? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay tuned for more updates on this unfolding saga.